identify the correct antibiotic and move forward and be the athlete that Bam is.
What they do in the sport we do, they land a tremendous amount of times on these hips in dirty areas, very filthy areas. Their hygiene is pretty weak on this group of athletes.
Barry's rambling on about getting a shower, and I'm not going to sell out.
It looks to me like they are insect bites.
There's speculation whether Bam's boil is from just being a dirtbag or from actually being a spider bite.
Spider bite my ass.
But either way, I'm steering clear.
Bam's gonna be a jackass.
I can't go anywhere without doing jackass. Like, I dislocated my shoulder 4 days ago, and like I'm still jumping off of like things into the water.
We finally got him to take a shower.
Do I look filthy?
Let's go.
Oh, by the way, it's really, really hot.
Seriously, walk outside here. It's like 112. It's ridiculous. This is a good park. There's gonna be some good skating going down.
Park's brand new, the whole thing's brand new. Everywhere we go, we're leaving wheel marks.
We got a bit of a situation at the park. They're about 3 times capacity. A lot of kids aren't able to get in because there's no room. So one idea is to shut it down after the street demo, clear the whole place out, and bring all those kids that are waiting outside back in to do the vert demo.
We had an issue with capacity at that Tempe park because you can only fit so many, and I think at least twice as many people showed up expecting to get in. We decided to move the crowd after the street demo and cycle in another crowd. I think it was a really good plan on our part just to, you know, filter them through and so that everyone got to see something. This is crazy, man.
I don't want anyone to be left outside going, I didn't get to see it. 3, 4, 5 demos, I don't care, man.
And those guys jumped off the bus and just locked and loaded.
You're gonna probably see Brian Sumner destroy the place today. Steve Berra probably destroy the place today. Bam, I mean everybody's gonna kill it. What am I thinking?
Sweet.
Dallas, yeah, I had a personal mission and I wasn't worried about anyone else, but it seemed like everyone had a personal mission when we got into Arizona.
Every time I look out on the course, something was going down.
Everyone was feeling it at the same time.
You know, we all have our own styles and our own tricks that we're gonna do, and as long as we stick to doing our own thing, everybody's gonna get tons of tricks, and the kids will be super hyped in the demo.
I don't even deserve it. On antibiotics, I haven't made one trick. Watch me wreck this quick. Yeah, the antibiotics were definitely horrible.
Gave a lot of things, but the most it is
Bear was killing it, man. Like, quietly. Like, people cheered for him and they recognized what he was doing, but it was little things like he wasn't just doing a kickflip. There was popping and the board's flipping up and meeting his feet. Little things like that make the difference.
Oh, kickflip 5-0. Steve Barra. I saw him 5-0 that long ledge all the way down. That was a scary proposition.
I was super stoked to see Tony do the frontside ollie over the gap. I looked at it and I figured it was too tight to do. There was no way to get to it, but Tony figured it out.
When we show up for a demo, stuff happens on the course or, you know, transfers and things that no one ever thought about. You just see the way these guys think, and they're thinking in a totally different light than average skaters.
Pretty good.
Our group as a whole represents a diverse style of skating. We got guys that are really into the skate park aspect, like Alex and I. We're used to transitions. Then we've got guys like Sumner, Barra, who are tech. When we show up, it really represents almost all the styles of skating.
I noticed just about everybody that we're with stood out somewhere. Another Chalmers transfer was huge.
If it has transition, Alex Chalmers is going to destroy it.
That's an excuse, because you're too new.
From right when I started skating, he was one of my favorite skaters. And then actually seeing him in person just made me know like I made the right choice back then. He just looked like he could really skateboard anything.
Here's the deal.
I don't hold back with my skateboarding when I go anywhere. If there's a gap I can do that I think I can do, I'm gonna go and try it. And especially if there's a camera there, because it's what we do. You know, we document our own lifestyles, and our footage is what makes us professionals.
It's great to watch him skate. He can do anything he wants to.
Well, of course, Alex finds the biggest and probably most dangerous obstacle and decides to go over it. I don't think anyone else who would have been there would have thought about that.
Ollieing over that fence was ridiculous. He didn't even have to land it. All he had to do for me was just jump over that.
Actually, he had too much speed. He would have landed if he wasn't going so damn fast. But, you know, you can't tell a guy that, you know, slow down, man.
We had an issue with capacity because you can only fit so many, and I think at least twice as many people showed up expecting to get in. So we decided to move the crowd after the street demo and cycle in another crowd.
I love the vert demos because I never skated vert. I don't really know what it's like to fly 8 feet out. Every time you air, it's gotta be like touching an adrenaline rush. It's gotta be the best feeling ever.
We christened that park, you know, because it was just finished, like, I guess 3 days or something before we got there. The vert ramp was super fast. The ceiling was right above us, so that made me a little nervous. I just had to carve a little bit more.
When I stop and just look in front of me, I'm watching some amazing skateboarding myself. Like, I can step back and become part of the audience.
The people who see X Games and see events, they know who Lincoln is, but for the most part, the general public doesn't know about Lincoln, and they see him and they just can't believe, like, he, you know, any ramp, he tops 10 feet. Every trick is just the highest level. And it's just so exciting to watch him skate.
He did 2 or 3 tricks that made me scream, you know?
I enjoy more doing the demos than contests. I mean, there's no pressure demos, just do whatever you want to do.
Every time I see Lincoln, I have to tell him how he skateboards vert, like most of us dream that we can skateboard vert.
Tony and I did doubles, and I brain locked and almost killed him.
As I drop in, I can see him in the air and I realize he's not going for a carve, he's just doing another setup air. He doesn't understand that I'm about to try to come under him. I start sliding towards him and I'm just like, oh great, I'm gonna get killed by Matt's bike.
Somehow he snuck in right under me and got out from, I mean, I don't know how he did it, but he pulled it off, so I was like, oh, thank God. We did it the next try, whatever, and that was fun.
I decided to just throw a full 80s run in there. It's funny because doing that stuff still doesn't make it any easier after learning new stuff. You know, doing bonus ones and laybacks is still a lot of stuff can go wrong with that. Sometimes I see the stuff that Ellis eyes and the stuff that he's checking out to jump off of, and it's like, I don't know, Jason, that might be a little too much.
You know, he climbs up on something, and we call that walking the plank. You walk the plank, you have no choice but to jump off of it.
We'll keep trying it until we just get destroyed, and that was the case with Ellis. He tried to jump off this huge thing, and it just didn't come through, but people still like to see the attempts anyway. You know, they appreciate the effort, and that's life. That's part of skating. Sometimes we don't make it. It takes a little warming up period when you're on tour for everyone to really mesh, and I feel like we've already passed that point. We've kind of got a formula, but there's always the unexpected. Every time. I mean, every time we go to a park, it's like, oh, no one's ever thought of doing that. Okay, well, someone just did it. We got some all-time skating footage. I know that. The bare necessity on the bus, of course, is PlayStation 2. We've got the ATV Off-Road Fury, and people were really getting into that game. So we got in Arizona and decided to actually get some ATVs and go at it. You guys have been sitting in the back playing that game? You gotta be careful. Trouble. It's just like the game, man. You can hit the jump at the same speed.
I have no idea how to ride one of these things.
I've never actually ridden an ATV, so I had a lot of fun. It was hard for me to figure out the gears up and down. Do I have to shift gears? Do I have to know how to use a clutch? So I did get that concept finally.